All right, guys, we're live. I'm here with my man Vincenzo right here. Vincenzo, it's okay to smile. What we're going to talk about is basically diet. What do bodybuilders eat? How do they eat for growth? How do they eat for performance? What is the type of eating regimen that they have to partake in to get as big as they get? So, Vin, talk to me, buddy. What exactly do you eat on a different basis? He's got this right here. Trust me, this guy eats like literally like 10 to 12 meals a day. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. Talk, Vin. So what exactly is your what exactly is your daily regimen?
All right, so basically, like Chris said, I'm eating about 10 times a day right now. Everything lean meat, salmon, chicken, turkey, steak, egg whites, oatmeal, protein shakes. Just a combination of that throughout the day, you know, separated into about 8 to 10 ounces per meal with about 70 grams of carbs per meal. And yeah, it's basically depending on what state of the game you're in, you know, is how much food you want to eat per meal. Also, as a bodybuilder, depending if you're off season or going into a contest, it ranges. It's all different.
So this is the crazy thing, Vin. About a year ago, how much did you weigh?
A year ago today, I was roughly around 250 pounds.
Okay, so 250. Vin, how much do you weigh now?
315 pounds.
Now, how the hell did you do that? How did you pull that off? How did you put on that much weight in that little of time?
Basically, just consistency, staying consistent with my diet and training. You know, just working out 2 to 3 hours a day, and you know, eating roughly around 6,500 to 7,000 calories on a daily basis, and on my cheat days, roughly around 10,000.
No, it's insane. You guys have no idea what I had to basically. No idea how much food this guy would eat. This guy used to bring in garbage bags of food. I'm not kidding you. Literally garbage bags.
I wouldn't say garbage bags. It was regular plastic bags.
The amount of, it was absolutely insane. So let's talk about competition-wise. Like, how far out before a competition do you start, you know, whittling everything down?
So basically, you're going to want to start a normal contest prep 12, 14, 16, or 20 weeks out, depending on like your body fat, that state. You start really tampering with carbs roughly around, you know, 8 to 10 weeks out, you know, doing carb cycling and things like that. My diet probably changed every 2 to 3 weeks while in contest prep. So yeah, it's basically you just have to listen to your body and your coach, and you know, when you get the progress pictures, you send them in, and you'll get the new diet within, you know, a day or two, and then you just follow that and just keep going, moving forward, and keep improving.
So what exactly is a meal when you're getting ready for competition and you actually go from eating all that food and going absolutely just nuts, put it on the sides? Then how do you switch that around for a competition? Like, basically, what is an example of a meal that you would eat when you put it on size, and then a meal that you would eat during competition?
Well, basically, the protein quantity is going to stay the same, 10 ounces per meal usually. We're not going to do any more of the mash shakes. We're going to switch over to just a straight animal whey. That's my company, just straight whey protein. Usually the carbs, they'll be a little lower, so roughly around, like I said before, 80 to 70 grams per meal will come down to around 50 or 60. And then you just keep, you know, like I said, you judge your body per day. If it's changing, you just stick with it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And you basically just go with the flow. And like I said, you listen to your body and your coach, and you know, everything's worth it at the end.
So when you're getting ready for a competition, do you still have cheat meals? Do you still, you know, once a week eat whatever you want to eat?
Last year, no, I didn't do any cheat meals at all. None. This year's going to be a little different because I'm a little bigger now. So we'll probably do like every Saturday, you know, like a higher carb day, maybe like a small burger and fries, something like that, or, you know, just some junk food. But usually it's like 6 days completely clean, and then like one small cheat meal. once a week plus your regular.
So let's say it's 24 hours out before the competition. What are you eating? What are you drinking? What basically are you doing for final progress before you compete?
Alright, so basically 24 hours out, so that would be the day before. You'll probably start carbing up, so you start loading up the carbs. Your water is going to drop significantly to maybe roughly around one bottle, 16-ounce bottle of Poland Spring. And then that night, basically, depending on how you look, like last show I was a little flat, so I went and had a burger and fries the night before. And I also drank a little red wine, because what red wine does is dehydrate you. And it's also used as a vasodilator, meaning, you know, it tightens you up and gives you a good pump right before you get on stage. Even that little cup of red wine was like that big. I got a little buzzed off of it because we weren't drinking water or anything. And then that's the final product. So once you get on stage, you're looking at no water, higher carbs, dehydrated. You don't want to spill over, meaning you don't want to eat too many carbs in a sense where your body's just gonna, you're just holding water and everything. So you just gotta judge it. Every hour you're looking at yourself, you're looking in the mirror, seeing if you need more carbs, less, more water, things like that.
Now I've heard stories like, I heard about Jay Cutler, that he lost so much fat before he competed in Mr. Olympia that he even lost the fat on the bottom of his feet. And he could barely even walk. So do you feel like you're knocking on like Heaven's Gate when you're basically right before you're about to go on stage, you're just so dehydrated you can barely do anything?
No, me, I feel amazing because it's almost over. So in a sense where, you know, in an hour, I'm gonna have everything that I was deprived of. So for me, it's a little different. I mean, yes, you can look at it like that if you're thinking about it, say, oh, I'm dehydrated, I'm weak, I'm tired, yeah. But that feeling on stage is like everything wrapped up into, you know, 10 minutes. So me, I feel great, I feel on top of the world. Usually the next couple of days I'm tired. After you put all the carbs back in, you know, you feel tired, you feel slumped. But usually I have the best workouts those next couple of weeks because you're all full and still got your tan going and you just blow up with weight.
So what's the most epic cheat meal you've ever had? Like what's the biggest thing that you ever eat? Like I'm sure you go on benders. Once you're done doing a competition, you probably just eat like a maniac.
So basically the biggest cheat meal I've ever had was one day me and my girlfriend and my sister, we went to Friendly's. Oh no, my girlfriend was working. This was 2 years ago. And I went with my two sisters. This was after my show. So her being our server, she was just handing us food, you know, like crazy. So I had appetizer, entree, dessert, wings, everything, right? And I know this gets thrown around a lot, food coma. I actually experienced it and had to be carried out of the place by my two sisters. I couldn't drive home. I couldn't really move for about 45 minutes to an hour. It was terrible. Didn't throw up, I held it all down, but it was really dangerous. And no, I learned quick because once you flood your system like that, your organs and everything, you have to start to slow back with the food. You can't just all hit it all at once because you just blow up like a balloon. So basically, you know, the shows after that, I would just have small meals and then slowly graduate to the foods I used to enjoy. But yeah, that was a terrible experience. I still remember that. My sister had to drive my car home, me had to lay the seat back. And then we just joke about it now, but I'll never do that again.
Okay, so what in bodybuilding, what's more important? Is it lifting the weights or is it eating?
Definitely the eating.
Eating's more important than actually lifting weights. I never would have thought that.
In my opinion.
And then meal-wise, how many meals do you usually get in a day? What time do you start and what time do you finish?
My first meal is usually around 8:30 a.m. Around competition, I wake up a little earlier because I do like some cardio in the morning. So my first meal would be at like 7:30. And then my last meal competition would be around 10:30. And that would be no carbs, things like that. Right now, it's just, I could eat whatever I want. I eat all my clean food, and then, you know, depending on what day it is, I'll usually have like a cheat meal. If it's like a bigger muscle like back or leg day, I'll do like a cheat meal. And yeah, that's basically the difference, just the amount of foods.
Got it. And then Vin, you also do meal plans for people too, right? Like basically, if they want to put on size, they want to lose size, everything of that nature.
Yes.
Okay, and what exactly do you do with that? You just structure it based on their needs and wants?
Yeah, basically, I'm not like a contest prep coach in any way, or but I could give you your basic routine to either gaining weight or losing weight, because I have done both of them with my experience. It's just the basic. You come in, we'll sit down, we'll talk about your current diet, we'll go over your body fat, your weight, your height, things like that, just basic stuff. We'll give you your routine about 2 or 3 days after that, and then moving forward from there, see how your body reacts, and then 4 to 5 weeks later, we'll sit down again and evaluate.
And what are some of your success stories? What are some things that you've done with people to either lose weight or put on size or anything of that nature?
Well, just recently I had her come in again today. My client Deborah, she's about 60 years old. She started with me 4 weeks ago and already lost 2% body fat. And she really sticks to it, and that's the goal, because I can't see what you're doing outside of the gym, and you can't really be on top of the people all the time because you have lives of your own, but as long as you're following the protocol, just like with me with my coach, Dom, I'm always following it, and he could tell. So that's the thing. You don't want to disappoint your coach, and they're taking their time to do that. Plus, you're paying money for this stuff, so you're better off just listening to it.
So what's more important? Is it more important to basically what you weigh on the scale or the body fat percentage?
Body fat percentage.
Yeah, see, that's the biggest misconception, because everyone's always getting on the scale, everyone's always weighing themselves, and they're always thinking that the scale's right, but the body fat percentage is more important than anything. And most people out there probably never even taken a body fat percentage.
Exactly. And that's why we made that so imperative to actually do once a month.
All right, so guys, if you have any questions for Vin, he's always here. Trust me, this guy can make your dreams into reality. He can get you so cut, you need a Band-Aid.
That's right.
Over and out.